Hello and welcome to Smash Writing. Today we're doing a review that's a bit of a long time coming. I've actually reviewed this once a while ago on our blog site. I decided, let's bring it over here to YouTube. I'll talk about it again. More than happily talk about this again. It would be the Audible book, Alien vs. Predator, Ultimate Prey. This is another anthology series like the one I did for, I believe it was Predator Eyes of the Demon. What I normally do is I'll run through all of the stories that are within there. I'll give you a couple word sentences about them all, then a grade for each of them. And then my three favorite ones I'll list out at the end, and I'll go into them a little bit more. But I try not to, I won't spoil anything. I'll keep the details close. I know, especially one author within this series does not really like spoilers. So I'll do my best to keep them down, just talk about them a little bit, what I liked about them. And I won't spoil anything. But what I will do, before we jump into the review, is shout out all of the narrators, because for some reason Audible doesn't put the narrators with their stories. I wish they would change that. That would be Bradford Hastings, Nicole Zanzarella, Stephanie Weeks, Fedora Chin, Timothy Andreas Pamon, Sanela Nankani, Chelsea Stevens, Hilary Huber, Erica Sullivan, Suri Sue, and Shiromi Arsuro. I apologize if I butchered any of your names. I'm pretty sure I did. You all deserve all the credit in the world. You did fantastic jobs at bringing these stories to life. Alright, let's jump into the stories section, shall we? Below Top Secret. This was a really fun way to get this stories kicked off. I really liked they worked on Area 51, that was it called, that social media thing they did with taking Area 51 where all the people showed up and just running around having a goofy time, and they put the story within that, and I thought that was a really cool work they did. B plus to get the ball rolling. Isla Monten. Below Top Secret was written by Chris Ryle. Chris Ryle. I don't know why. He's the only one I didn't write the name down for. Okay. Isla Matenza. I'm butchering the hell out of that name. I'm so sorry. The second Zoe by Stephen L. Sear. It's C+. It was a fine story. I did really enjoy the way the warrior women in this group escaped. They were slaves on the British ship, I believe. They were British. And they escaped them and handled the alien xenomorphs and then teamed with the Yahucha. It was a lot of fun. It was just a fun story. C+. Homestead by Delilah Dawson. That's getting an A. This was an excellent story. It was a fun ride. The narrator did a really good job on this one. It's like back during prairie times kind of deal. And I really enjoyed the ending. The ending was a lot of fun. Really twisted. Hotel Mariposa by David Barrett. S tier. We will be back for it. Definitely coming back with this one. Planting and Harvest by Mira Grant. B+. This was a really fun setting. Kind of telling the two different stories in a way, because you have the first half with the people on the ship, and then the second half with the Yahucha who answered the distress call. And we get a little bit more into a look into the Yahucha way, and I'm always there for that. Blood and Honor by Susan L. Lambden. S tier. We'll be back. Carbon Rights by Jess Landry. B+. Is a twisty, fun ride. Really enjoyable main character. And I would like to see another chapter to it, if I'm honest. First Hunt by Brian Thomas Schmidt. A. This is actually a bit of a sequel from Predator If It Bleeds, another anthology that I'll get to one day. And it did really well at being a successor to it. And the story from If It Bleeds was drug war. And we're following the relative of the Yahucha from the drug war and his arc in this mostly, along with this group of Brazilians on this planet. It was a lot of fun, really enjoyable. I actually kind of enjoyed this one more than Drug War, to be honest. Abuse Interrupted by Levon Navarro. Oh, S tier. Levon's becoming one of my favorite authors when it comes to these short stories. Better Luck to Borrow by Curtis C. Chen. I enjoyed the setting on the boat a lot. I enjoyed these characters, especially the main teenage girl. She was a really fun character to follow along with. And a lively background to it. You have a lot of people running through here, and you're starting to remember, oh, the corporation sucks. A Film School by Roshni Rushbati. B+. I think this one actually hurts a little bit, because while it's not the same as Below Top Secret, it feels like it kind of run a little too close together in a way. But it is still enjoyable. Still wildly, still a lot of fun though. I did enjoy it. Then we got Skila and Cardis by E.C. Miller. I'm sorry again, I butchered that name. This was an interesting way to use the Yahucha, because it does come out of nowhere with what's going on here. I enjoyed that. Like, this is really different. I'm here for it. It broke the code in a fascinating way. Another Mother by Scott Sigler. I'm giving this a very generous A. We had the one that was a sequel. This one's a bit of a sequel too. It is a sequel to Sigler's Aliens Phalanx. And I never finished that story. It was a fine story. I just hadn't gotten around to finishing it. So going into this one, I didn't get the emotional connection to it, as I'm willing to bet some people who did have the connection to it. But I will say you don't need to necessarily read that one first, or listen to that one first to enjoy this one, as this is just what they're doing now and then throwing the Yahucha. But even now, I still had a good time with it. Then we have Koide by Jonathan Mayberry and Luis Ozawa. B+, another sequel. And this was a good way to end the book. And is a sequel to Predators, the movie. One of the relatives of the character is dropped onto the planet. And we get to find out a little bit about what happened to his relative, and a definitely different way we were going through most of the story with the Predator Xenomorph mashup with the humans. This went a different direction, and I enjoyed it. But that was not the last one. I actually skipped one. There's Night Doctor. I actually skipped one. There's Night Doctor by Maurice Broadus. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the way they intermixed history of African American history of not trusting doctors and the horrible experiments that have happened to them in their past, with playing up to how the corporation is now treating them and these characters not trusting the doctors, and the way this ended and the way the story unfolded from there. I did enjoy Night Doctors. That's an A story, A+, or not an A+, just an A from me. All right, it's the gold medal time. 3 favorites are Hotel Mariposa for the bronze. I mentioned it before in a This is the Demon. I believe that I would really love to see some of these animated. Hotel Mariposa is the one I need to see animated more than anything, because there's a part where the Yahucha is messing around with the piano, trying to figure out what it is. It has a line that says, "I'm going to play a victory song on this piano." And I want to see that animated so badly. It's just the Yahucha on the piano, going wild. Oh, I'd love that. But, the supernatural elements of how the humans are viewing the hotel versus why the Yahucha is viewing this hotel, that would just be such a killer thing to see too in animation. This whole story is made for an animation. And I really love how the Yahucha is looking at the main woman character in the story. The several similarities, he's recognizing the parallels between their past histories. And like I said, anytime you get into the deep Yahucha psychological stuff, I'm here for it. And Hotel Mariposa brings it big time. bronze medal for them. I went back and forth. Even now I'm looking at the two of them and I'm still going back and forth on these two. And they could easily be flipped. I am going to stick with what I wrote. I'm going to stick to it. Number 2 is Juan Navarro's Abuse Interrupted. My God. Her writing style is incredible. Just incredible. Her psychology in mixing reality. Like even like reading this and the moments Jasmine has in the story seems so real and raw nerve that she's going through the experience, and you just have to listen to it. Just listen to Abuse Interrupted. It is amazing storytelling, amazing crafting. Just, God damn, the Von Navarro can write a story. But my number 1, Blood and Honor, is actually a trans character, and that is a surprise for most of us since you don't normally see that. So that you kind of got a win there, and this just feels like big budget box office action. You have the mystery going on about what happened to this character and why she's on this planet. You've got all these kinds of xenomorphs, from our normal xenomorphs and the queen, then an ancient queen, and then the Yautja are fighting each other, and it is just chaos at its best. And while it's very close, Blood and Honor squeaks out the gold medal for Alien vs. Predator Ultimate Prey in my book. And as a whole, this book series gets an S. If you have Audible, go check this out. If you like reading books, go get the book, read it. It's highly entertaining, top to bottom. Nothing really, no real misses here. As always, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.